for a team as pressed up against the salary cap as the Buffalo Bills were this offseason, man, they pulled off highway robbery with one of their signings. We'll also talk about some injury updates after week 2, after we get a couple of more thoughts collected after the Bills' big win over the New York Jets. If you're still fired up about that win, let me know. Like the video. Go down below. Smash that thumbs up icon if you're hyped up about the Bills being 2-0. Alrighty, let's talk about the highway robbery that Brandon Beane pulled off this offseason with Joey Bosa, signing him to a 1-year, $12.6 million contract. And I mean, if we're going to get the production that we saw in week 2 from Joey Bosa consistently, then $12.6 million might be the best deal in the entire National Football League. I mean, are you kidding me? This guy had a sack. He had 2 QB hits. He was making Justin Fields' life hell. He had 2 forced fumbles, one of them recovered by the Bills' defense. I mean, he was everywhere in the run and in the pass game. I mean, this is what a real pass rusher looks like, and I feel like the Bills and Bills Mafia have been deprived of that over the past few seasons. Greg Rousseau doing his thing as well, but I mean, Joey Bosa was nearly perfect in week 2. I don't know how accurate this is all going to be in about 24 hours or so, but shout out Evan Zinger for doing this calculation. It's unadjusted, but the 99.5 PFF grade from Joey Bosa is the highest that he says he's ever seen in the 5 years that he's worked for PFF and obviously used them as a platform. I mean, this is unbelievable out of Joey Bosa. And we had talked about this after the Ravens game where he also made a couple of big plays, including a forced fumble. Joey Bosa's snap count was going to be limited this upcoming year because they want to preserve his health. And yes, he did play 14 games last year, but he's a player who's constantly playing through injury and playing hurt. So the Bills want to conserve that and have him ready to go and playing at this level during the postseason. Well, during the Jets game, all of what I just told you just happened in 26 snaps. I mean, that was like legitimately 5 to 7, like 7 whole statistics that we just had in the box score in 26 snaps. That's utterly ridiculous. And for the value that you have Joey Bosa at right now, could you find better in the National Football League? Couple that with the fact that Bosa is in love with being a Buffalo Bill. He fits right in. Look at what he was doing to the Jets fans in MetLife Stadium. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I think this is like the third quarter or something like that. The starters were coming out. Reserves were coming in. He's fired up and happy to be here. What have we heard all preseason training camp about Joey Bosa? The coaching staff is raving about him being a leader, being somebody who is like dying to learn and get better, as he's literally like he's 30 years old, probably past the best and most consistent years of his career at this point, and he's still looking to get better. Here's what he had to say after the game. He said, "I'm just trying to have as much fun as I can playing football." Well, guess what? I'm having fun, and Bills Mafia everywhere is having fun with Joey Bosa playing football right now because he's making an impact on all levels of the field. And that's what he really stressed to reporters after the game. He just wants to make an impact wherever he can on the football field. Well, looks like he's making an impact everywhere. And Josh Allen needed him to make an impact. Remember when Josh went out with that bloody nose? As we kind of segue here into some Bills injury news. Just good way to do that with Joey Bosa talking about how surprised or not surprised he was that Allen came in very, very quickly after that injury. He said he was not surprised at all. He's an absolute beast. It's funny. He's like, all I need for you is one strip sack, and I went out there and I got it at the end of the game, and I'm happy I was able to do something for him. So shout out to Bosa, man, making an absolute impact, making plays and creating turnovers, which gave the Bills offense a really, really easy day here. A lot of short fields and not too much stress on Josh Allen like he had in week 1. Show some love to Joey Bosa for taking all that pressure off of number 17 and type his number 97 down in the comment section. Show some love, man. This could be a legitimate, needle-moving piece when it's all said and done. When the Bills need to lift that Lombardi, Joey Bosa might go out there and make the play. Speaking of Josh Allen, about that bloody nose, he went after and had a QB scramble out there and kind of fell awkwardly, ran into or got at least knocked his helmet into an offensive lineman's thigh area, and who knows what actually happened in bloody Josh's nose. I think the impact and his head moving forward in his helmet maybe collided his nose there with his face mask. But regardless, he came after the game. Doesn't look like there's any concussion symptoms or anything, so that is great news for the 17 camp. But he did have to come out for a play, and Mr. Trubisky did dice up Sauce Gardner there right over his ear hole and put it right in the basket of Josh Palmer. That was a beautiful pass. Then Josh came back in, but did they have to pop his nose back in? Because that's what it looked like they were doing on the sideline there. Did he actually break it along the sideline? Doesn't seem like it's going to be something that would keep him out of any Bills games here in the future. But interesting to know that they maybe have actually had a broken nose here on Josh Allen, that they pop back into place there on the sideline. If you saw him after the game here, in the post-game press conference, you can see that he is kind of bit black and blue on the nose, got a little bit of a cut there, bleeding a little bit, but he says and wanted to make it very clear that he could breathe, and that's kind of like the number one thing when it comes to these types of nose things, right? Like you want to be able to make sure your pathways are all not clogged and your nasal cavities are all good, so you can just go out there and breathe, and no surgery or going to the hospital has to happen there. And Josh is a warrior. We know this. There's nothing new information that I have to tell you about the mentality of Josh Allen. Like he says, I take a lot of pride in being able to go out there and just recover and get back out there on the football field after sustaining a type of injury or pain like that. I mean, that had to hurt so bad. Let's be completely honest with you guys. That had to hurt so bad for Josh Allen, and he's a warrior. Adrenaline's pumping during the 60 minutes of football, and he goes out there and he does the job, and he's proud of being able to withstand those types of things. He wants to put his body on the line for Bills Mafia, so how could you not love 17? Just another reason we can mark it up on the list. We'll talk more Bills injuries in just a second, but get hooked up with these awesome deals. I saw these Bills t-shirts on sale at this link right here, chatsports.com/Buffalo sale. I love the Pro Bowl one. Love the Josh Allen whiteout one. I might get this one to start rocking on some watch parties. I love this retro one as well. This one's pretty sweet. So you can get it all. This link right here. There's more than just these shirts I'm showing you right now. It's Josh diving in the snow. Chatsports.com/Buffalo sale. That's chatsports.com/Buffalo sale. That link's in the comments section and description of today's video to make it easy for you guys. Go get yourself some awesome Bills shirts for the Lolo. All right, some more injuries here. Shout out Chris Brown. He said McDermott said that Matt Milano, who exited in the second half, and he did not really start on that Bills defense in the second half, he quote-unquote got a little dinged up. And that's always not exactly the best words for Bills fans to hear, as we know the extensive injury history with Matt Milano. He said more information on his condition likely Monday. Trey White exited late in the game, so he cannot overtax having just come back from injury, and that's awesome. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. Let's start with Milano, though, who was chasing Justin Fields on this play. Shout out Banged Up Bills on Twitter. They're speculating that happened on this play because they didn't see him after this. This was Justin Fields' scamper, long scramble at the end of the first half, and we didn't see Milano after this, and you can kind of see him not really getting the angle that he wants and trying to overcompensate a little bit. He put his foot in the ground, and it looked like he tweaked his hammy a little bit, which we know he has had an extensive injury history with. So who knows? That we'll definitely be monitoring this with a short week upcoming. The Dolphins are coming on Thursday. Milano, you want to be very cautious with him as he's missed so much time over the last couple of years. Last couple of years, honestly. So you don't want to stress him out any more than needs to be. If he's hurt and the hammy's dinged up a little bit, probably best to keep him out rather than force him to play. And some more undisclosed injuries, as Trey White's all good, so nothing really to note there. Taylor Rapp and Cam Lewis, though, some DBs for Buffalo. Rapp ended up going into the Bills' medical tent in the third quarter. We did not see him return to the game. It's unclear exactly which play he got banged up on, but Twitter was kind of speculating that it is a shoulder injury for Taylor Rapp here. We'll be monitoring that as the week goes along. And Cam Lewis, backup DB here. You're missing Taron Johnson. Kind of have a couple more DB injuries. It's not exactly great news for the Bills secondary, but I will say the Bills secondary as a whole played awesome in week 2. I mean, didn't have the toughest assignment with the Jets passing attack, but they all did their jobs and had some exotic blitzes, a couple of nice plays behind the line of scrimmage. It was great all around from the Bills secondary. But Cam Lewis here looks like it's an ankle injury after he kind of got slid into by Justin Fields on a scramble. It looked like Fields kind of hit Lewis's ankle with his leg, with his the bottom of his cleat, and that's gonna hurt. He ended up limping off the field, and we did not see any more of Cam Lewis. So hopefully the Bills can get healthy here as we on a short week. The great news overall, kind of tying back Trey White and stuff into this, and Joey Bosa only playing 26 snaps. Like, the Bills got to rest their starters before a short week, and I think that's the biggest takeaway from this Week 2 game against the Jets. After you go out and play maybe the game of the year against Baltimore in Week 1, you go out against a Jets team that put up 32 last week against a good Steelers defense, and this could have been a trap for the Buffalo Bills, and it could have been dragging this thing out, and the Bills maybe would have had to have a 2-minute drill at the end of the game or something like that, but no, they did not leave any stone unturned, and they got out of here rather quickly. The starters didn't have to play much of that fourth quarter, so that's awesome news heading into a short week against the Miami Dolphins. If you guys want the Bills to be healthy for Week 3 and be 100% heading into that game where you probably get a coach fired, as the Dolphins are in no man's land right now. Go down below, manifest it, like the video, and we'll see you guys at the next edition of the Bills Breakdown. Give me a follow over on Twitter at Tyler J. Smith 2H's, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well. We'll be back with another video in the morning and some more content as we get ready for week 3. It's going to be a quick turnaround. We'll see you guys then, and as always, let's go Buffalo.